what is his name?
So we are currently at a bank. A young lady has paid off her alleged loan, and I informed her about her promissory note and how she should have that back. So we are currently looking to speak to the vice president of the bank about the promissory note that she should be holding in her hand, not a letter that says congratulations for paying your loan off, but rather her intellectual property back, which would be the promissory note. Who is it? Who has it? Where's it at? Why do they have it? And how come her property hasn't been returned to her? Now, provided they won't be able to provide the promissory note because they sold it, we then want to ascertain the QSIP number attached to it, so we can go through a brokerage firm and find out who has the interest in said note. So that's what we're doing here this morning. And we've got a letter of satisfaction of the loan. What we don't have is the promissory note that she should have in her possession. So that's what we're doing. So bear with us. This should be a good one. Wonderful. Thank you. Hope everybody's morning is going good. So this will be good because the letter says to whom this may concern, Custer Federal State Bank no longer has any interest in a 2007 automobile, and then it says owned by, and of course it has the uppercase, lowercase. The loan has been paid in full. State of Nebraska, County of Custer before me. So what they're saying is there's a letter of satisfaction here. They haven't produced the promissory note. It says, dear valued loan customer, the above loan has been paid in full.
Hi.
Greetings, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Oh, not too bad.
Good. Come on back.
Thank you.
Come on. I'm Paul Burning.
Dirk, nice to meet you. Pleasure.
Yep.
Are you the
I'm
vice president then, or?
Yes, sir. Senior Vice
Wonderful.
President. Yep. What can I do for you today?
Yeah, Robin got a letter of satisfaction the other day for paying off her loan.
Okay.
And I would just like to know, well, she would like to know, that's why
For
I'm
your
here.
own? Okay.
She'd like to know where her promissory note is. I mean, a letter of satisfaction is great and all, but the original instrument that was issued, the promissory note, that was converted into a loan after the credit was accessed from her estate, she'd like that property back because it's her property. Do you guys still have that currently in your vault? Have you sold that property?
Sold the promissory note?
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't sell the note.
Okay, do you still have the note here on file?
Possibly.
The original? Can she have that?
No, she can have the original. We keep those on record for 7 years for the FDIC.
Okay, so have you sold that note then?
We don't sell the notes, sir. We hold the notes. The note's been satisfied, correct?
Correct. So if the note was satisfied, then the note belongs back to the original issuer, which is Robin.
Okay.
Can she have her note? Or do we need to do it in writing?
I don't understand why you need the note, I guess.
The reason that she wants the note back, it's like ordering a cheeseburger at McDonald's. Okay, you order the cheeseburger, you get the cheeseburger. You also want the receipt. Okay, she wants the receipt for her cheeseburger. She's the original issuer of that note. Now, if it was sold, it was later turned and shredded and turned into securities where multiple banks took proprietary interest in said promissory note. So what she wants that note for is to track down the securities using a brokerage firm to get back what she's entitled to through a 1040-V form, a 1041 form, through the IRS. What banks do is monetize the promissory note. That's why she brought me here, because I know what I'm talking about. So if I have to go through the SEC in order to get that promissory note, I will. I don't need to. You technically could release that promissory note to the rightful owner, which is Robin.
Okay.
I have a letter of satisfaction here that claims that you acknowledge the fact that she has in fact satisfied that note. Now, if it's been turned over into a security and it's now bundled by brokers, and it's been bought by multiple banks, and it's securitized at this point, and you don't want to release it because you're the holder in due course and you're monetizing it and gaining from it, then she has a beneficial interest in the monetization of that property because it's her intellectual property. The bank never bought it from her in the first place. They whisked it away and guised it as a loan after they accessed her estate. And then they issue what appears to be credit on account, but that credit on account couldn't have possibly been generated without Robin's sign of nature or signature on that promissory note. So that's what she's here for today.
Okay.
She would just like the promissory note
Okay.
because I know how to monetize it and I know how to get it back for her.
Okay.
She satisfied her end of the bargain, and now she's curious about who made money off of her sign of nature, her signature from her promissory note, how much they made, and how much proprietary interest she has in them. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
Let me see what I can do for you.
Thank you so much. We'll wait.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Robin, do you happen to have your driver's license with you today?
I don't have my wallet on me.
Just because I've never met you before. and
That's
just
okay.
verify who
That's
you are.
all
Does that make
right.
sense?
Yeah, North Carolina driver's license.
Yeah, I knew we sent a title to you or
Mhm.
something out in North Carolina. Is that right?
Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah. Hold on.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Yep.
See how he likes to play games?
Yeah.
It's a business, Robin. This is exactly what the government does to everybody, too. In fact, the only reason the corporate government exists the way it does is because it's all run by bankers. Everything is securitized, monetized. That's how it works. That promissory note holds value.
Right, and that's why he didn't want to give it up.
He doesn't want to give it up because he's the holder in due course holding it right now. It's an asset.
Right.
And can continue to sell it over and over
Even though
and
I've
over
already
again.
paid it off.
Doesn't matter.
Right, because
Until
they're
you hold the
making-
note, it doesn't matter.
Right. Because like you said, they keep selling it over and over and over.
Well, he either has it or he doesn't. My guess on a car loan, something that insignificant, they may have sold it, they may not have. If he comes back with a copy that's unsatisfactory, I need the original promissory note where the front and the back should be endorsed.
Right.
So you are the original issuer, which means when you file through the IRS what you've paid, instruments of debt, which you can't pay a debt with a debt according to House Joint Resolution 192, everything shall be offset and discharged because all obligations are obligations of the United States
Right.
due to the Federal Banking Act of 1913 and what they did in 1933.
In 1933, they closed banks, right?
He doesn't become vice president because he doesn't know these facts. Okay, he understands what securitizing things, monetizing things is. He understands the promissory note and the value that it holds
Right.
because the monetary system is a farce.
Mm-hmm.
We are the original issue creditors. And, if I have to go into the point of filing a UCC1, a UCC3, and then filing a UCC5 lien for you on your behalf, I'll do that. He doesn't want that. And he doesn't want the SEC involved in it either. Securities Exchange Commission. Because what they're doing, technically, is fraud, for lack of a better term. He's a smart man. He'll bring your promissory note up here. May take him a minute to find it.
I don't have enough storage on my phone. My video stopped.
That's all right.
Irritates me. It makes me.
You'll have first-hand knowledge of what you witnessed here today.
Yeah.
You notice how he quit trying to blow smoke up our ass as soon as he realized I knew what I was talking about, and he said, "Give me a second."
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
Because
it.
in the beginning he was like trying to smirk, you know, as if we didn't know, and it's like, you know, like you were
Well,
completely full of crap.
He's got a collected interest in it.
Mhm.
You know, even though it's paid for, if people don't come back and ask for their property, then he has no right to gift it back to them.
Right.
Okay? Essentially, when they whisk away your promissory note, you're gifting it to them. You've abandoned property, and equity sees that. You know, equity doesn't need a volunteer. If you voluntarily left something behind and didn't go back and claim it, then
It's not.
it's abandoned property and they salvage it.
Mhm.
Well, you're here in a reasonable time manner to ascertain what is rightfully yours,
Right.
which is your promissory note. You're the original issuer and it's yours. It belongs to you. Since you can't pay a debt with a debt because of these facts, then what essentially you do your whole entire life is earn nothing but debt. You die in debt.
Mhm.
I don't care if you die a millionaire, you're $1 million in debt
Right.
because it's not real money.
Yeah.
And that's why the American people just don't realize it. They just
That's
don't
what I keep
get
trying
it.
to tell people is that these FRN notes are not real money. According to Congress, it is gold and silver.
That's right. And
And
that's per the
People
Constitution.
people do not believe me. It's like, you're right. I'm completely full of crap. I just make this up.
Yeah.
It irritates me, and now I know the irritation that you went through so long ago. By the way, I am sorry that I smell. I tried covering up with perfume, but as you saw, I have severe cuts in my armpits, and I'm not putting aluminum deodorant on my severe.
You're all right.
Um,
But anyway, there are certain forms you'll fill out with the IRS after this, and you know, you just want to know. We can go through a brokerage firm. You just want to know how many securities were created off it, where it's at.
right.
You know, obviously it's not a mortgage-backed security or a mortgage, but rather an automobile loan or alleged loan. The fact of the matter is, through fractional reserve banking, the second you signed the $10,000 loan, they automatically could lend out $100,000
Crazy.
through fractional reserve lending. So they're lending out ones and zeros that don't even exist.
Right.
They're
Because
just
all
on
it
the
is
internet.
is a bookkeeping entry.
That's right. It's called negative accounting, and that's what the banks are best known for. They picked that up from a famous mobster that was busted for doing the books for the mob. When the government found out what he was doing, they were so intrigued. Instead of putting him in prison for the rest of his life, they hired him.
Wow.
It's just like that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, the kid that Catch Me If I Can. No, Catch Me If I Can.
Mm-hmm.
Or Catch Me If You Can, I believe. It's just like that movie. That man ended up working for the FBI when
Yeah.
it was all said and
For
done
the
because
check.
he was the best
Check
forger
fraud.
in the world.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
And
because-
him and that detective actually remained friends for years and years after
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you're the best of the best, and you can teach the government a new trick because they're nothing more than thugs. They're worse than the mob. I mean, they're the same thing as the mob. It's just,
Yeah.
but in a lot of aspects, they're worse than the mob. And it's amazing how fast they recruit people that have superior knowledge to them. See, the government doesn't create anything. The sad reality of it is the government wouldn't have anything if they weren't stealing it from the American people or the
Right.
people of the world. First thing that the American government did, or the alleged American government did, was turn around and start a program to take all the intelligent people from other parts of the world and bring them back to the United States. And it was a business venture because you look at Albert Einstein, you look at the atomic bomb, you look at all these people that they pull from different countries that are their IQs are off the chart, and the reason they do that is to excel their corporation, to be the best of the best. And so you'll see these foreigner programs where if you're off the charts with your IQ, they'll bring you here and they'll throw you in Harvard immediately for nothing, because they seek to yield the beneficial gain of your intelligence because they don't have it themselves. They don't. The government does not create original thoughts. It's a body of politics. It's a body of people moving ahead with one goal in mind, and that's to be profitable.
Right.
No matter how you look at it, it's all about profit.
Profit.
It's all about business. And as soon as I started to change my mindset, because here in America we're all raised to believe that life is good, believe in God, follow the status quo. Don't ever challenge authority.
Yeah.
You know, they would never do anything that would hurt you.
Right. They're here to serve and protect.
Yeah, we look at the mass atrocities of what they did to the Indians.
Here you go.
Okay. Is this the original or this is just a copy?
That's the original.
Where's the wedding signature? There's no raised wedding signatures on here. All right, cool. We're good. Thank you much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it, Paul.
Yeah.
Pleasure doing business with you,
Yeah,
buddy.
you too, guys.
You have a good
Take
day.
care.
Thank
too.
you. All right, little lady. Now I'm gonna show you how this works.
Okay.
Those are yours. Congratulations.
I don't know
Ready?
how to get out of here.
All right.
Awesome. Wait a second. Scan. So they made a copy and they kept a copy, right?
They kept a copy, which is fine. These are your originals right there.
Are you sure? Where's the raised thing that you were talking about?
Right here. This wedding signature, yes?
Yes. That's what you were saying. Okay, let me. Yes,
Where's your wedding signature in blue?
it's black. Right there. It's all black.
Yeah, hold on. We'll go ask Paul real quick. Hey,
Okay. All right, thanks.
hey, partner, this one doesn't appear to be an original. Where's her wedding signature in blue?
She's not signing blue, so it's.
But this isn't raised, and that is her alleged signature, but it's not raised.
That's a ink signature.
Yeah. Is there? I didn't. So recently had me sign in black. Not blue.
Significance of signing in black is a dead entity, but you're supposed to be signing documents in blue.
True. In
Okay.
that case, it wasn't.
All right. So you're saying those are the originals?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank
Yep.
you. The lender signed in blue.
Uh-huh. You see how quick they are around here when you just go walk back into the vice president's office? He got an immediate phone call. They're turning around. Oh my God. Red
The
alert.
gals in there are
Jesus
like, where are they
Christ.
going? They just walked in there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that was me and my good girlfriend walking into a bank and putting it down for you guys. I hope you guys stop thinking that we're so full of shit. Here's the deal. Your promissory note has value. Now, whether or not he committed fraud right there and gave us the original promissory note is yet to be determined, but I'm going to tell you something right now. If that had been the case, there'll be somebody on his ass here in a couple weeks. But we do have what appears to be the original documentation. Note of insurance requirements, disbursement and request authorization, loan documents, notice of final agreement. We'll read through this stuff, get through it, find out what it is. Note disclosure security agreement, page 3. Where's page 2 at? Page 4. Oh, he's trying to be a slick Willie. Alright. Obviously, we gotta go back in there. He's trying to be slick.
Here.
Front and back. Alright, page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Alright. So, now what we're going to do is get a hold of a broker. We're going to find out how many securities were created off of this. This was faxed. State Farm Custer. Policy number. Account number. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We have some homework to do. Anyway, so when you pay your note off, don't let these people hang on to your credit and get rid of things. I got some research to do here, folks. He may not, I don't see your original promissory note here at all. Social Security's continued agreement. Break the promise made to the lender if failed to perform promptly and assign.